Hello, people. Today is the 8th of August. I'm in my room at my sister's house, and the fan is blowing on me, so my hair is kind of flying away. Anyway, this is Lou. It dawns on me I haven't really given you guys an update on my Papa Bear. I've been gone. He's been gone, and then I didn't go see him because I had COVID, and I was sick for a month. More than a month, really. But I believe I'm all better. I believe. Those are good words. I believe. Got to figure out what to do about myself. But anyway, for Dad, we talked to him yesterday by way of FaceTime. How wonderful things are with being able to do that. Just put your phone up and talk like I'm talking to you. Let's hope we're in real time. Anyway, my brother FaceTimed us, me and Nancy. Dad was doing really well. I mean, he's got a problem with his leg, and that was the reason he fell. But his leg gave out on him. But they're going to do some type of an X-ray on his leg and his foot. But other than that, I mean, he's doing pretty good. I mean, if his pain levels weren't so bad when he's trying to walk, I still think he should be back on his morphine. Dr. Mary Lou, she is right. I'm telling you, when you're trying to move, you need to not have pain. Maybe a little bit of pain so you're aware of your leg, but, they took him off his morphine when he went into the hospital. And I've been doing oxycodone because they said to me anyway that it worked faster and they can control it, type of deal. But he was taking morphine that was time released, okay? He only had to take it twice a day. So he took it in the morning, and that helped him to move, man. When you're in pain, you don't move very well. Keep trying to tell them people. Nobody wants to listen to Dr. Mary Lou. She doesn't have a degree. But anyway, but he was wide awake and alert and talking to us really well. So they can figure out his leg. That would be nice. And I do think that he would do better with his physical therapy if he had his morphine. You see, the problem is with morphine, you gotta go to the pain clinic and all that good stuff. And that quit when he got hurt. So that's been a couple months, it seems. I mean, I got it back in my videos. I could go look it up, but it's hard to remember the series of events. He fell, broke his hip, had a hip replacement, and then got sent to Avalon, which is a rehabilitation place. Anyway, he's getting better. He's doing better, much better than he was. He's not as weak. And my brother is with him. And my brother lights up his life. So that is a great motivational force. And as soon as Dad can get well enough for travel and be able to leave the facility, I don't know, because they might get a different facility there in Arizona, but he's going to go with my brother. So I will be seeing Dad on the 23rd because I have a cancer treatment that day, and it's still in Kennewick, where I was living. I'm not living there anymore, but I will be going there for a day so that I can get those treatments. She said as long as my doctor said as long as I don't miss my treatments, I can live for years. Okay, so I think that's vitally important that I don't miss my treatments. I don't really want to change my doctor either. It's just that's a lot of travel to go to the doctor. So what I'm trying to do is to get him to get my treatments, to be able to get my treatments here without changing my doctor. And then with my doctor, I know that they do it. I've done it before. You can have a Skype visit. You can have a visit with your doctor because that's all you're going to do is talk to him anyway. And then she could, you know, maybe she could prescribe the treatments and I could just have them here without having to travel. But this first time I'm going to have to travel. It's a 4-hour trip to get there. And they've got it at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I have to get a hotel room. But where there's a will, there's a way. After this month, I should have my car. Just depends. I don't know what all it's going to take because it's going to take license and probably insurance. You know, in Colorado, you cannot get your car licensed without proof of insurance. I don't know about here. In other words, you buy a car and you go in and get it licensed. You have to have proof of insurance immediately. But I can get it titled, so we'll just have to see how that goes. It's a cute little car, really cute little car. So I have to gain control of it. I pulled up in the driveway. I just took it around a few blocks, okay, and brought it back. And went to pull up in the driveway, and it went fast. There were cars up there, but I let off the gas quick, and it stopped. So I don't know if I put on the brake or not, but I stopped way before. but Philip was in the car with me, and he kind of grabbed, and he kind of made a noise, you know, like I was going to hit the car. That would have been terrible, but I was way away from the car. But it is something I got to get used to. Some cars are little powerhouses, so we'll see how that works. Speed me into a wreck, that would not be good. But I haven't had a car and been able to just drive and go somewhere. Not that I know where to go. I'm going to learn this place, though, and I might get a job. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got to, really, my job is to go take care of business. I need to go and take care of property. And I have a truck. It's a really nice truck. It's good for the farm, but it's a nice truck, and it should fetch some money, which I need. So, 1997 Ford F-250, 7.3 Power Stroke. It's diesel. It's nice when someone has the money to put the gas in it. But right now I need money. So what I need to do is figure out how to advertise that baby. And maybe what I'll do is in my community, you guys know how to look for my community? That's where I can put pictures. So post. So that's what I'll do. I will grab some of those pictures of my truck and put on my community. It's a green, like a teal green. It's a nice truck, really is. But for my purposes, I'm not on the farm anymore, and I need money. And this little car that I'm getting, I don't know what the gas mileage is, but it should be really good. I should look that up. It's a Toyota Yaris, Y-A-R-I-S, but it's a sedan. It's not the wagon. I don't know if you call it a wagon or an SUV or what you call it, but there was two different styles, and it's not the... It's a sedan. And you know what? I'm not sure if it has 4 doors. I'll have to look at that video. I made a video of my car. I just didn't want to jinx it by putting it on here until I actually have it. I get it once it's paid for. And I was able to pay for half of it so far. Hopefully, yeah, by next month, the first of the month, I should be able to pay it off. And then I'll have to figure out insurance and all that stuff. And you know, my driver's license is in Colorado. meaning I have a Colorado driver's license, and I just renewed it, so it's good for 5 years. So I'm wondering about maybe licensing it. I didn't say that right, but making it legal for the road, getting a registration and a tag and all that stuff, a plate. Might just see if I can't do that over the phone with Colorado. But I have to get insurance. And I let our insurance expire because I'm not there. I haven't been driving for 2 years. I mean, I've been driving Dad around and going to the grocery store, but just little short trips. I made one 4-hour trip to the other side of the state in Dad's car. And I did good. But I do have a problem with falling asleep. I mean, I have to be engaged while I'm driving. Like music I can sing to, enjoy, or I need a book that I can listen to. That's what I need to figure out, a book. I know I used to drive to my daughter's house, and she was quite a ways away, more than 4 hours. And I would put a CD in that was books. And that kept me awake. In fact, I pulled into the driveway after driving all that time, and I was so into the book that I listened to it a little bit more before I went in the house. The point was it kept me awake. But you have to have something that you're really into, so I don't know about that. We'll see. Now, music I can sing to, that will work. But I don't know how to do that either. Like, I've got a playlist on my YouTube channel, okay? I was asking him about this car, if it had, like, satellite radio. I'd heard that it has something special on it because the guy who owned it was a mechanic, and he tweaked it out a little bit. He made it to where there's a button I can push to start the car from in the house. I think that's wonderful. When it's really hot and you're trying to cool off the car, or when it's really cold and you're trying to defrost the car or make it warm. It'd be nice to be able to do that. And then I'm just excited. I'm worried about where I'm going to park. I don't know where I'm going to park, and I'm not good at parallel parking. It's going to be a big, I was going to say rigmarole. Do you know that word, rigmarole? But anyway, there's several people parking here. So it's going to be sometimes where someone's got to back out so someone else can get out. That's the way I'm seeing it. And she has renters, so 2 of her renters are parking on the street. That's parallel. Now, it's not really parallel when you can pull in and just park, okay? But the other day, there's several cars parked up against each other. So I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get out? How am I going to park? I don't know. But it is a cute little car. So it's one of the things I need to take care of business. And it is roadworthy where I can drive home. I can go to Colorado. Problem is, I need company. I need a buddy to take a little drive. I have asked one of my buddies, but I don't know if that person will be able to, but it would be good. Because he's a mechanic. He can work on my stuff, and everything I've got there has a problem. Except for my green truck. So I got to figure out a way that Joe can have transportation and me take the truck. In other words, I want to sell the truck, like I said in the previous part of this video. So I will go and snatch some pictures and put it in my community. So anybody interested, all you got to do is, I don't know what you got to do, but there's a place where you can choose my community, and then that has my post in it. Different things that I have put in there. I haven't put very much, but I have put some. I have a horse trailer that I need to sell. It's a small, comparatively speaking, okay, it is a small horse trailer. It will hold 2 horses. And not the real tall ones. Because I had a person that was really interested in, she asked me how tall it was, and I believe it's 6 feet tall, okay? But her horses were bigger than that. So she couldn't get it. And I've got to, in Colorado, I've got to get it licensed or titled. This one, it has to have a title. In Kansas, where I bought it, you didn't have to have a title. You know, it wasn't big enough to worry about. Trailers under a certain weight did not have to be titled or registered or any of that stuff. So, there's a way to do it. I have to weigh the trailer. And I don't know, I might just go ahead and, I have to really think about it, but I might go ahead and get the truck registered, licensed, all that stuff. See, I had to go down to, we had too many vehicles and I couldn't afford to insure them all. So I got down to 1 vehicle really. And so the truck has not been, whatever you call it, every year where you have to re-register. Sorry about my throat. I need to take a drink of water or something here. Let's try that. Okay. Friends, constituents. No, I don't ever want to be, I don't want to be in office, okay? Although I'd probably do a lot of good. But the problem is, no matter how many great ideas you have, you got to get everybody to agree to them. So that wouldn't really work. However, I do have good ideas. Free up a bunch of crap. But also what I was going to say is, I don't know what I'm going to do about my treatment. I know that I feel good that there was an improvement, okay? So I know that I need to do my cancer treatments that I'm doing for now. And in the meantime, I need to do other things. So I've been listening to Dr. William Li and Barbara Neal or O'Neill or something like that. She's from Australia. Anyway, these people are talking about foods that will kill cancer, okay? Starve cancer, and then things that will feed your body and give you nutrition that you need. And really, there's got to be a way, and they're telling us the way, okay? Is, I'm going to take these glasses off that drive me crazy. There. So today, I was listening to him. I never get through the whole thing, okay, because there's too much else going on. And my mind flips around, you know. But, so today, William Li was talking about beans and legumes or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. But really good. So I need to start doing that, too. In your everyday diet, you should have beans. It doesn't have to be every day, you know, but, and I didn't listen enough to know what he actually is suggesting. However, I'm going to do that, okay? He said even beans in a can that are already fully cooked and stuff are good for giving you fiber. And there were tests done even in, I guess, in mice that helps prevent tumors from growing. You know, like maybe you already have tumors, maybe it'll stop it from growing anymore. But it also helps your gut health, and that's real important. So for preventing cancer and for helping with cancer, beans. So chickpeas, garbanzo beans, they're saying was really good. So I've got to do that. There's so many things I've got to do. Like a kiwi a day. And then they said 3 would be better, but 1 a day. And then avocados, really excellent. Okay, so and they're also talking about fasting. And then she was saying that when she starts back eating, she uses an avocado. I love avocados, so that works good. And I have some in the fridge, but I don't know that they're ripe. Here's the deal. When you get avocados, you know they ripen really fast, and then they're no good if you don't eat them before. And so they're saying put them in the fridge, and then pull out of the fridge what you want to eat. You know, it might take a day or so. So I need to remember to do that. I need to take something and cut my bag open. I bought a bag with just 4 avocados in it. Normally I just pick 1 or 2 or 3 out, but I don't know what normal is anymore. I will find out when I have a car. If I need something, I'll be able to get in the car and go get it, if I have the money. That's one of the important components is money. Because you got to buy gas for the car, buy this and that and the other thing for the car before you can get in it and go anywhere. Once I get it set up, it'll be okay. It'll be great. And yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and put a picture. I'll go ahead and put a video of my car. Even though that's not mine yet. It's half mine. I've paid for half of it. And hopefully I'll be able to get the rest of it. And yes, that means it's a cheap car, okay? That's the way I are. All through my life, basically, I have not had brand new cars. In fact, they've been pretty well used by the time I got them. But to me, it just means I just need to be able to drive. And yeah, I can remember people saying, oh, she could afford more than that. I guess I chose. I made choices. I've made choices to not pay full coverage insurance. I mean, there are things you have to do when you're poor, okay? You have to minimize everything. So you minimize your car and you get down to liability insurance. If you buy a car and you're paying, years and years ago, I made car payments, but I don't do that. I don't know how you people do that. Rent's so high, or your house payment is so high, however that goes, and then your car payment's high, and then your insurance for that car is high. It's like, gee willikers, no. As long as it runs good and has the potential of continuing to run good. But this little car, this cute little car, and I don't know what full coverage insurance would cost on it, but I might should do that. Especially if I be driving around where all these people are. I have been in the middle of nowhere where there aren't very many people to worry about. The traffic, you know. So the odds are against you when there's more people of getting in an accident. And if you can't replace your car, there you are. Just like I know where I are. So I know what I said. This is an update for Dad. It's an update for Lou. But the way time flies, it won't be long and I'll have a car. And then I'll need to figure out what to do with it. Where to park it. But it won't be a trip, because that is the key to freedom. One of the keys to some freedom, I should say. But it'll definitely open up the door. And I have things I need to do. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. And say hi. And I did want to give you an update on Dad because I realized I haven't done that. But I'm going to go and have my treatment on the 23rd. So we're going to see Dad that day. I'm going to brave it and go back to that place. Going to see Dad in that place where they had COVID is what made me so ill. Didn't help. And then I missed a cancer treatment in the middle of it because I was sick. They wouldn't let me. Everybody going there, their immune system is compromised, including mine. So they don't want someone coming in there that's sick to get everybody else sick. But you know what? When I went to my last appointment, there was a guy in the next room that was really ill. I was told he was really ill because my doctor was late getting to me because of him. And then she was also covering other people's, a different doctor's patients. But, you know, they wouldn't let me come. So how come he was there? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? They wouldn't let me come in for my treatment. And maybe my improvement would have been even better had I had my treatment. But at least I had improvement. I feel really good about that. And I'll be happy to, well, I won't have my car. See, I won't have my car yet to be able to drive to my appointment. But Nancy is going to, me and Nancy are going to go. And then go see Dad the next day, have some food with Nathan, and head back home. 4 hours is not as bad as 8, right? And in order to get to Colorado, I'm not sure how many hours that is. I think I have 2 8-hour deals, at least. But I do need to go there and get some stuff. My documents are there. And I need to sell some stuff while I'm there. That would be nice. But I need to advertise, huh? Right now. You guys have fun. Whatever you're doing, have fun. Words of advice, eat some beans. I'm going to start doing that. Eat some beans for good gut health and for making things move. So you don't have toxins sitting in your body. You need to get them out. You know, we eat food, and the body divides it all up and takes in what it needs, and then it is expelling what it doesn't. But it's sitting there if you don't get rid of it. Some people have a hard time with that. But I imagine that's toxins, you know, because they divide it up, right, and they send off the toxins to go away. But then if they're just sitting in you, they're going through your bloodstream, right? That's the way I see it. Another little update. I don't have any results on that. I took it upon myself to take some ivermectin, okay? It is a wormer. It's inwormer for horses. So I bought a couple boxes of it. And you can't get it without a prescription. I mean, I went to Walmart and asked them about getting ivermectin. They do have it, but you have to have a prescription. And I don't know what the doctor's giving it for, if it's for worms or for something else. All I know is that I saw a video, and on that video they were talking about the fact that ivermectin was killing cancer in dogs, okay? It's not what they tried to do, it's just what happened. This is the way I understand it, because they give them this ivermectin for a wormer. And we do have parasites in us, people. I guess I could tell you a story. I just remembered it the other day. When I first got married to Joe, which was, geez, I don't even know now. Gee willikers, I don't know. I know we passed 16, I think 17 years. We passed 16 together, I think. I'm not sure. December 7th of 23 is when our divorce became final. And I can't even remember. 2006 is the year we got married. But shortly after we got married, it was the story I wanted to tell you. I was worried. I had a growth. I don't know what it was. And I'm not sure. It might have been on the inside of my uterus. You know, time flies and then you don't know all the details. There's too many other things in life to worry about. But anyway, the whole point was I was worried about having cancer back then. And my grandma Smith told me to talk to this one guy. She knew this guy. She was into vitamins and stuff. But anyway, she said this one guy had cancer and had beat it. And so I called him. And the thing about him was that he had cancer at age 20. And he was now 70. And he had fought off cancer a few times, okay? But he said that the best thing to do is have a cleanse, have a colon cleanse, or your in everything cleanse, because you put it in your mouth and it goes through your system, and then. But the point was, I did what he suggested, and I saw in the toilet the parasites that came out. Okay, look, I'm just telling you, it looked like if you know what a butter bean looks like, it's a fairly good sized bean, and it's it has the meat inside, you know what I'm talking about. But the parasites that came out in the toilet looked like a butter bean, except for flat, with none of the meat, none of the bean, just the skin of the bean. So it wasn't the bean. I'm just describing what it looked like. But I did see them in the toilet. So we have parasites in us, people. We don't even know it. We might want to get rid of them. But anyway, I just decided, if ivermectin can kill cancer in dogs, I want to try it. And they tell you not to. It's not for human consumption. We know why, right? I mean, there are things you can get for your animals that would do you good too, but you can't. Because you got to have a prescription. You got to go to a doctor. And yes, I have opinions. But I will also say that I have opinions that are good. Doctors are good. I mean, they know things we don't know, right? It's just the pharmacy situation where those people that are they've already gone through a life of medications and stuff, and you get to the point where those medications don't work, and then you get to the point where your body, you probably are at a point anyway where your body needs the stuff, but like say for diabetes, you start out with one medicine and that's going to be good for a few years, and then you find that doesn't work and you got to have something else, and then that doesn't work and you got to have something else, and then there's this one that's $600 a month to take. My brother is on a couple of medications that is like crazy. So there is a way. There's a way to get a grant to get that medication without having to pay. I don't know what's going on out there in the world. Too busy in my own little world. But I want to branch out. We went to, I'm switching topics. But it's good too. We need exercise, right? So yesterday, me and Nancy and I, whatever, went to Planet Fitness, okay, with my code. I get a code from Medicare. I don't know if it's just my Advantage plan or if it's Medicare, period. But they want you to exercise because it's good for you. And so I have a code that allowed me to go in and I can have the minimum membership, okay? So this Planet Fitness, they have two memberships. One's $15 a month, and then I think the other one is $25 a month. Pretty sure. Anyway, if you get the big one, the one that's $25 a month, you can go to any of the Planet Fitnesses. And you can partake of all the stuff. They have tanning beds, and they have red light stuff, don't know much about that. I'm going to call it a therapy, a red light therapy. And I need to learn about that because I have, in fact, I need to get that out. I have electromagnetic mat that will open up your veins and get your blood moving. I need to do that. And I could, except for there's a cat. Anyway, in other words, I can lay the mat on the other side of the bed where I'm not and have it plugged in. It's got a controller. And it gives you levels of frequencies and different programs. But that same mat has the red light therapy, but my red light's in Colorado. He finally found it. Hope he doesn't lose it again. I was supposed to have it with me, but I'd never used it. I just heard about it. I think it's to do with wrinkles. I'm not sure. But I might want to look into that. Because the thing is, okay, my membership is free, and what it equals to is a $15 membership, where you get to use the equipment, but you don't get to use the beds and different things. They have massage chairs, massage beds, and then they have tanning beds. Okay, I'm getting a message from my sister. See, these phones are so cool. It's so we all end up on the phone all the time. I walk into the living room and there's 4 of them, okay? Nancy and Philip and the 2 kids, and they're all scrolling. And so I'm scrolling too. So I think everybody in the world is scrolling. And now I'm scrolling and I'm getting a phone call from Denver. I'm not going to answer that one. I need to find a lot of money, people. So I have a Cash App if anybody cares to give me some. Take this down, okay? My Cash App. And yes, Margaret, I need to do that. I need to get a pen and an envelope, and I will send you some cards. One for you and one for some of your friends. I really would like to do that. If any of you guys would like my card, and then if you'd like a few extras to share with your friends, I will send you some. If Margaret's been waiting for hers, I have to go back and find the email. I've just been a mess, okay? So what was I talking about? I was talking about that gym. Okay, so with you people out there who are on Medicare, and I'm not sure if it needs to be Medicare Advantage or just Medicare, but like I said, they want you to exercise because it is good for your health. And that's what they want, because we're dealing with health when we're this old. Okay. So with that code, I've got the free membership, the small one, the $15 one. But if I was to get the $25 one, I would just probably pay the $15. I need to look into that because then I could go anywhere and I could use the beds. I wouldn't mind using a tanning bed for a little bit. Not all the time, but just to get a little color. I mean, I look at myself and I need some color. And I don't know if that tanning bed gives you any of the vitamin D that you get in the sun. If you're out in the sun, I was told if you're out in the sun between 10 to 2 for 30 minutes, or I might have said 20 minutes, that's enough to get your vitamin D. But I think it needs to hit your skin. If you're all covered up with long sleeves and long pants and stuff, I'm not sure how much vitamin D you'll get. Nevertheless, point is, we made strides. We went over and checked it out. I got on an elliptical machine and it didn't hurt my knees. Because I bought an elliptical machine, but it was a cheapie, and it had a very short. When it went down, it was on a steep thing, and it hurt my knees. And I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to use an elliptical machine. A few years back, several years back, I went to a place, it was a community center in Perryton. Yeah, Perryton Community Center. It's kind of like a Y. It had a swimming pool and it had all kinds of things you could do there. Racquetball, and this is the same thing. I looked at the Y. The Y is $69 a month, but they have a lot of things going on there. They have the pool, where they have aerobics in the pool for seniors, probably for others. And then they've got basketball courts, volleyball courts, racquetball courts, all kinds of stuff. But you need to take advantage of it. You know, you don't want the membership that don't go. And the one that I went to, that you could go and pay $5 and get in for as long as you want. $5 for the day. So that's not so bad for somebody who doesn't go very much. Fun thing to do with your kids. Your kids, though. Anyway, I know I should quit talking. I like to talk, okay? And I am excited. I'm excited for a lot of things, and I'm going to quit. In fact, I haven't been. I have not been thinking that I'm dying, okay? But I guess it's because I'm in denial. But we're all dying sooner or later, you know, and hopefully it'll be later. And that's what I have to do, is just live and be positive. But I don't feel like I'm dying. No, I did when I had COVID. I didn't feel good at all, okay? But thank God that's gone. I just hope I don't try and pick it up again. But I do need to go see Papa Bear. And hopefully he'll be doing so much better, and he'll be able to go to Arizona with Nathan, and Nathan will be able to get back to his family. But he's doing the most important thing right now. Dad loves him to pieces and was so excited to see him when he got there. He cried. He felt like things were all better because Nathan was there. And I'm glad. It makes me cry too. But anyway, things are good. Things are real good. For now. So, you know, that thing just came into me. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. So, we do have people that count on us, who want us to stick around. Even though sometimes we don't ever see them. Makes you wonder why. But you know, when you're halfway across, not even half. I'm in Washington, and my daughter and my grandkids are in Pennsylvania. That's one coast to the other. I think that's at least 3,000 miles. Not sure. There is one thing good. I just need someone to travel with me. And actually, I just need really good music that I love, that I can sing to. And then I have to make myself stop and get a hotel room. So that would be several hotel rooms. If I just drove 8 hours a day, it would be one hotel room in between here and Colorado. So maybe it'd just be another hotel room between Colorado and Pennsylvania. But I'm thinking 4 days, 8 hours a day driving would do it. That seems like an awful long time, but if you're carrying your car, see, that's the deal. If I have my car, what then? Do I leave it here while I'm gone? Where do I put it? Or do I drive it? But we won't worry about that being a problem. It's going to be an avenue, because I've needed to go and haven't had a way to go. I can fly, but then how would I get to the property, and how would I do anything while I'm there unless I get something licensed? So this as well be my car. I'm excited. I really am. And in the meantime, I do need to go downstairs and figure out. I've got to do some deeds, and I've got part of it started. One of them almost finished, and I made some great strides yesterday. I talked to the people at the Recorder of Deeds, and I talked to the assessor, and because they've got this sales validation paper that you got to put in there, and I was not knowing exactly how to fill that out, because you know when you sell something, that's easy enough, but when you're just I put a piece of property in my brother's name, and now we're putting it back in my name, and there's no money changing places, so there's different wording. There's things I have to do, and I have to do it right, or it'll stop it midway and make things slow down, you know what I mean? We don't need things to slow down and get all lost in red tape. So you try to do it right the first time. And that means I talk to some people that know what I'm supposed to do. You know, otherwise I would have done it, sent it in, and they said, oh, this doesn't work. And they send it back to me, and back and forth, you know, because it's in the mail. Because I have a little teeny house, and it is a little teeny house, in Downs, Kansas. So I'm making arrangements to get that to where I can sell it. Either that, or I'm going to make it where I can live in it, because I do own it. It's just so far away from everybody. But it's right smack in the middle of the United States. So, I mean, you could look at it that way. There's something good to be said for being in the middle of the United States and not on the coast. Coast is beautiful. But what if war breaks out? Coast won't be so pretty. Anyway, I'm going to go downstairs and get something to eat. And actually what I'm going to do is make myself a smoothie, because that has what I need. And I have different opinions now about fruit. You know, being a diabetic, give fruit the boot. Well, it's the juice. You know, you drink orange juice, it's just going right into your bloodstream, and it's full of sugar. But it is citrus, and citrus is good for you. But what I'm pretty okay, I shouldn't say that. One of the people I listen to, it is him, William Lee, Dr. William Lee. Okay, fruit has so many other things that it's good for, but you shouldn't worry about the sugar. And it's natural sugar instead of this white white stuff that we put in our coffee and our everything, you know. In fact, I've got some grapefruit down there. That's what I should do. I need to find out if grapefruit is bad for my medications, you know, because there's some medications you shouldn't take with grapefruit. I don't know what they are. So I need to list out my medications and see. But I think grapefruit is great. But I thought about it because I put sugar on top of it. But yeah, it's time to go downstairs and get some food, I guess. The thing is, you know, they're talking about fasting. So the more hours you go without food, the better it is for your body. So if you go to bed in an early hour and then stay asleep, and then when you get up, don't go eat right away, then you've already fasted a bunch of hours. But they're talking about 24-hour fast and a 36-hour fast. Don't know that I could do that. But if I'm not worried about food, not thinking about it, then I don't. Food has always kind of been my enemy. Opposite of my dad. He said he didn't think heaven would be heaven without food. So I was wondering about, are we going to have food in heaven? You know, are we going to need to eat? Because that's a big old rigmarole in itself. You know, you gotta you gotta have money to buy the food. You gotta find the food to buy. Then you gotta bring it home, and you gotta take care of it and eat it in a timely fashion so it doesn't go bad and you throw it away. All your money's gone down the drain because you bought food you didn't eat. But I was talking about how I hated food. But that was why, is because I got sick if I didn't eat. Okay? I got sick. Every 2 hours I would get sick if I didn't have something. And then I went through a change. I went through an emotional upset, a divorce. And I was young, but I couldn't eat. I didn't want to eat. So I went through a period of time where I wasn't eating very much, and my body would double over every day at a certain time, it seemed. I would be at work, but I'd double over in pain in my stomach. And then after a while, that went away. And then I could go 3 days without eating, and I would not get sick. Okay? That's kind of weird. And no, I wasn't on drugs. You know, so many people on speed, but you can't eat. You know, certain things will make it where you can't eat, but emotional upset made it where I could not eat. I was going through a divorce, and I was very young. I got married at 17. My daughter was born when I was 22. And we were going through a divorce at that time. But when I was 19, we went through a separation. I mean, my marriage was just not something. It was something that gave me hell, okay? But I was talking about food and fasting. So I had no problem fasting back then, but I was skinny too, you know. I lost all that baby fat. So I had a baby at 22. I was going through a divorce at 22. And that's when I went through all those changes. So I was not looking forward to having to eat. Eating is a pain in the butt. All the things that go along with it. And especially as a woman. You know, if the woman is taking care of everything to do with the food and the family, you gotta go buy it. Like I said, you gotta have the money to buy it, go buy it, come home and prepare it, store it so that you'll have it to eat, you know, and then all over again, all over again, all over again. Now, I was looking forward to not being able, not having to worry about food. But my dad says, heaven wouldn't be heaven without food. But see, he was the one wanting to eat it. He did do a lot of cooking, I must say. My mother just wasn't into the kitchen, and I took after her. I'm very creative, but I'm not anymore. I mean, maybe I would be in the right situation, but I haven't had the right situation in a long, long time. But I do have a creative bone and a creative mind. It's just my head's been everywhere else. So, what I learned today is we need to eat beans, okay? Beans and legumes, and I don't know what legumes are, but lentils. What I need to do is make a pot of soup every week. And beans would be a good, yeah. So beans, I bet you Nancy's got a pressure cooker. I'll have to ask her, because that's the best way to cook your meat. Put it in a pressure cooker, Instant Pot, whatever. And it makes the meat so it falls apart. So yes, I can eat it without teeth. But I am going to work on my teeth, people. It's just I'm going to have to... I saw something the other day. See, I'm going to switch channels again. But I saw something on my feed about... I don't know what they're calling it, if they're calling it silicone. But there's some type of stuff that's rubbery that you can... I think it comes out of a tube. You just pull out a certain amount, and then you roll it like you're doing Play-Doh. And then you stick it in your gum, in your teeth, your false teeth. See, I haven't mastered that. That's the problem. I got the top ones in, and I got them to where they suck up, and I don't have to have anything in there. But the bottom, I haven't figured that out yet. And so they were showing. Oh, she's so sweet. It shows little messages that come on there. I've got a couple of people that are really sweet. Want to know how I'm doing. Hope you're doing good. That just popped on my screen. But anyway, okay, so I was talking about get a roast or a steak or anything, even a poor choice of meat, whatever. When when you cook it in the Instapot or the pressure cooker, that meat is tender, falling apart, easy to consume, even for no teeth. And what I was talking about was something I saw on my feed. Okay, so it's kind of I know I said rubbery, but anyway, she rolled it out like you do a snake, and then she put it in the lining of her gum, of her teeth that would go on the bottom. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because that was just, they give you these dentures, and they're hard. And I'm going, where's, because the first ones I got had a soft lining. No, that's what you need. Oh no, you don't get that. And no, we don't put that in. But see, then I see online that you can get some kits to do that, where you can line your teeth, and then they won't hurt you. So that's what I got to do, because it hurts like hell. And there's two things I did. Well, the first time I put them on, I put too much glue and I could not get them out. And then the next time I put a little bit of glue, and I think that was what hurt so bad, was because when I was trying to eat, my tongue was in there trying to move my food around, and the teeth were trying to come up off of my gums, and it hurt like hell. So no, I don't like pain. I'm not going to do that on purpose. But I guess I have to do a little pain to get the gain, right? But they make it look like that product will work. So I just have to look into that and get that and try it. Because I would love to have my teeth in my mouth. I'd love to be able to eat like normal. But I tried eating. I can't eat with those teeth. I don't think they did them right, first of all. But then maybe I just haven't done all that I need to do. So in the meantime and between time, you people, eat some beans. I'm going to start eating beans because it's full of protein. It'll help you be regular, so you get the toxins out of your body. And it helps fight cancer. So, good idea. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye. Go downstairs and get some food. So right now, I'm not sure what time it is here, but it's getting around 11 o'clock or so. So I've gone a lot of hours without any food. Supper, I probably ate something last night. So I've got to do what he said. This is what he said. If you want to do just a fast, okay? When you're sleeping, you're fasting, okay? So I'm going to repeat what he said. I'll give him credit, Dr. William Lee. He said, if you will eat around 7 o'clock at night, wash those dishes and put them in the cupboard, you don't eat after 8 o'clock. Then go to bed at a decent hour. And when you wake up in the morning, you've been fasting already. And then he said, don't just go for food when you wake up. Do a bunch of other things and then eat. Okay, so then that extends your fast. So if you go from 8 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning, that's 12 hours, right? Yeah, it's 12 hours. So add an hour or two easily by doing other things before you eat. Don't turn on the machine. Now, he didn't say that, I did. In other words, I have awakened my body, and now I'm hungry. And now I need to eat. That starts the cycle. Do you eat every 2 hours? I don't do that now, but I do have that sickness that comes when I'm hungry. Not like I did so long ago. It was every 2 hours. And if I didn't eat, I got sick and I got headaches. And nobody wants to be around somebody who is in pain, because that's all they can concentrate on is their pain. I don't know how you do pain management. So if you have pills, and then I hope I don't have to find that out. Too bad. I'm sorry about my voice. So I'm doing good. I'm over what was going on with my body for the most part, and I'm not over the cancer, but I'm hoping. And that's what I started to say is I'm going to do my treatments and see my. I'm what I'm trying to do is stay with the same doctor, and I think I already told you guys that. Stay at the same doctor, and when we have appointments, we can just FaceTime, and then if I can just have my treatments wherever I go. So what I was telling them is like, I'm here for a little while, and then I might be in Vancouver, I might be in Pennsylvania, and I said I don't want to keep trying to get a new doctor every time when I could just have my treatments transferred where I'm at and keep the same doctor. So that's what they're working on, and I hope that that works out. In the meantime, I need to remember, I don't know who I'm supposed to call to cancel my appointment. I have an appointment. So I don't know. I have to think about that. I really do. You guys have a great one. And then what I was saying is, yeah, we went and visited a gym yesterday, and I signed up. And so hopefully we're going to start going there, at least walk a half hour to an hour. But the elliptical machines are great, and it was smooth stride, and it didn't hurt my knees. So let's hope it continues to be like that. And I just figure, worst comes to worst, we'll just walk around the gym. At least it's cool. It was air conditioned. So it's a worthwhile thing to do. And I'm hoping Nancy will go with me, so it's always better with a buddy. Just like driving is. Unless I want to watch or listen to something that she doesn't want to, or whoever's with me doesn't want to. But see, when you're driving along, if you've got interesting conversation going on, then, time flies. So I don't know. I thought about my friend Debbie, but she's got a lot of problems. If it's not one thing, it's another. And I imagine that's with all of us, Been waiting for us to be able to go on a trip together. And I have a car, or I will have a car, and the ability to go. So Deborah, if you're listening and you hate that word, I'm sorry. I've got you listed as that. Okay. Deb, if you're listening, think about it. We could take a little trip. It doesn't have to be a big trip. I have asked a friend of mine to go, a male friend that's a mechanic, but he's got so much going on too. We all have so much going on. I don't know if I can get him to go with me. So I do have a truck that I have a big box truck that he's interested in getting. And it's in Colorado. And then I've got these vehicles in Colorado that need fixing. And he can do some of it. So, could be a workable deal. Just don't know. In the meantime, I've said it before, in the meantime and between time. Have a good one, okay? I'm going to try to do the same. And go Dogstar. They are having their first concert. Their first concert tonight, I think in Indianapolis. And I haven't looked at the rest of the dates. I mean, I scanned over it a little bit. But they're going to be busy putting on shows for the next, I'm thinking 2 months. Like I said, I haven't got it all in here. But the first one is today in the United States. They just had a Europe tour. A couple months ago, they were all over the place in Europe, I think. I'm not real good with my geography, but over there, not over here. Okay? So, they're going to be everywhere. And I really love their music. I do. So, take care, you guys. I'll talk at you another time. And that's probably what I will be doing is talking. But what you got to do is just act like I'm walking. Okay? Put me in your ear. Take me for a walk with you. Come walk with Lou as she tells you what to do. I'm full of advice. Um, I'm not really full of shenanigans, but some people are. But they are really good. So go see Dog Star. When they're in your area, get yourself a ticket. Go enjoy it for me. I wish I could go. I would love to go. But maybe before they're done. They're going to be in Spokane. I almost think that might be like their last one is in Spokane. So I should probably try to get a ticket for that. It's in Washington, but damn, it's clear across the state. I don't know how far it is to Spokane from here, but I know it's a distance. It's on it's on the other side of the state. It's on the eastern side of the state, and then it's also up a ways. Kennewick is down by the river, down by the bottom of Washington. Spokane is up above that somewhere. And there's an airport there too. Yeah. You people that fly and rent cars, what a trip. That's a bunch of money too. Everything's a bunch of money. And I wish the train situation was better. In other words, I'm not even there now. Over by Dad's, he was really close to the train station. Like 5 minutes away. And there's an airport right there too. It's a small airport, but there's an airport right there in Kennewick or Richland. I'm not sure where. But the Tri-Cities are all together. I would love that. I would love to dress up and go to a concert and have a ball. Years ago I did that. When I was a single mom. I took Jessica to some concerts. That started a ball rolling. She's still going to concerts today, taking her kids. Come here, little kitty kitty. There's the kitty kitty. Kid, 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 kid. Kid, kid, kid. Sitting on the end of the bed. I don't know if you can see her. But I gotta go. I'm gonna go downstairs and get some nutrition in me. Talk to Nancy. Maybe we'll go to the gym. And maybe I'll rethink that gym thing. Because I ought to look up how many Planet Fitnesses there are. I think they said there's 2,500. But it sounds like that would be across the United States, right? And the thing is, you can go to any of them. The deal I got going now, I can just only go to that one particular one. But if I do the other, I can go to all of them. Plus, I have access to the tanning beds and the massage beds and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, which I've already said a few times, you guys take care and do something fun. And I will say, I love you, okay? As your brother, I'm not your brother. As your sister, but as we're brothers and sisters is what I was trying to say. You know, don't get carried away with that word love. I said it to a girl once, and I could see it. I could just see it. She was worried that I was being gay. We want to love each other in a Christ-like manner, in a sisterly, brotherly manner. And you should be very careful who you hug. If you're married, you don't go all around hugging all the women. I don't think that would work too good, unless you have an open marriage. Anyway, I think marriage is supposed to be you and your mate and nobody else, okay? As far as the hugging and kissing and all that stuff goes. Just have a good one. And be careful who you say you love, because they might think the wrong thing. Just don't say that you love them. I guess you show it. Actions speak louder than words, right?